Hari Om. We are studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 2, Sankhya Yoga, Sloka 22.
ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे साङ्ख्ययोगो नाम द्वितीयोऽध्यायः।
After explaining the essential characteristics of the self or Atman, Bhagawan Sri Krishna further clarifies the nature of the self or Atman using day to day example in Sloka 21. He also marvelously shows how the self is eternal and indestructible in next few slokas.
Sloka 22 वासांसि जीर्णानि यदा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णा यन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि.
Summary Sloka 22. Just a man casts off his worn out clothes and puts on new ones, so also the embodied self, that is Atman, casts off its worn out bodies and enters others which are new. Before we begin to understand the meaning of Sloka 22, we need to remind ourselves always that we are, I am, the Atman or self or pure consciousness. We are, and I am not, the body constantly. Bhagavan Sri Krishna in this sloka is reiterating with an example the law of reincarnation or rebirth. He is saying that as we change our faded, torn, old shirt or dhoti with a new dhoti or shirt, Atman changes or moves from faded, weak body to a new body for ongoing new experiences or gaining new experiences. This transmigration of Atman continues forever. Body is like the dress for the Atma or self. In this world, depending upon the dress we wear, our personality changes and it has an effect on the mind. We put on different dresses for different occasions, such as example, going to a wedding party or attending a official meeting or playing sports. Similarly, when Atman has a new body, the personality of the new being changes according to the samskaras or vasanas acquired during the transmigration of subtle body from the old to the new body. Next principle for us to remember is the self, the pure consciousness, or what we call Atman, has the body, not other way around. The self, which is all pervading everywhere, is embodied. When the self or Atman exhausts all the experiences in the old body, the subtle body, which consists of senses, sense organs, power of senses, mind, intellect, memory, ego, all pranas, and the life force which it has, starts building up the new body with the matter that is Panchabhutas, consisting of earth, water, fire, air, and space. Now the Atman identifies with the new body, and the new journey of the body begin with gaining new experiences, and this goes on and on. Swami Chinmayananda further elaborates on the example of taking off worn clothes and putting on the new by stating that when we change our clothes, we will not feel any pain or discomfort. He also cites how can one explain young people dying in the bloom of their life. He explains that the embodied self decides that the young body is of no use to it. Hence, it decides to leave. That is, the self or Atman decides to leave it. He gives an example of a rich man deciding to change his car every year, even though it is new, comfortable, and good, and invariably finds a purchaser for it. For the rich man, the car is useless, but for the purchaser, it is worth buying. In short, the doctrine of reincarnation is once again reiterated by Bhagawan Sri Krishna. Sri Kupa Viswanatha Sarma, in his discourse, further reiterates that the body is constantly changing, it is impermanent, but Atman or self is the only one. It goes from one body to another. We love our body, which is impermanent, but we should love only the permanent, unchanging, the self which you are. He mentioned very interesting topic of plants and trees having pranas similar to us. The Chandogya Upanishad mentions that trees have a body and prana. Swami Nikhilananda gives a, gives very good examples to illustrate the movements of Atma and subtle body from one body to another. Example 1. Take a pot. This pot is in the space. You have put it on a bench in the garden. So it is in the space of garden. Assume this pot, which is beautiful and large, is your physical body. Put water in the pot. The space is outside of the pot as well as inside the pot where the water is. The water is now the subtle body in the space of the body. Now you are the space that is called Chidakasa Swarupa. So the space is everywhere, outside the pot, inside the pot, and the water is in the space. That means to say the subtle body is in the space. The space is Atman or the self. You are that space and Atman. Swami Nikhilananda also gives us an example of the seed which can be considered as the subtle body with the life force. When a tree or a plant gives us seeds to sow for new plants to emerge. The subtle body embodies the Atman or self for blooming with new experiences in the new body. He further indicates that identification with the body is due to ignorance.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः